Hi YouTubers, it's SmokeSC, Sussman, thanks for today. So in the garage again, I'm going to be doing a video right now. This is going to be an our cigar review, an our premium cigar review. So let's do the video right now. I have my template out, so yeah. Anyway, this is going to be the Padron Series 7000 Natural Gordo 6.2 by 60. So it's a big cigar, like this big fat ring gauge, hashtag BGAS cigar. Anyway, let's do the review right now. Okay, the first third is smooth, creamy, coffee, pepper, espresso, medium-bodied. So, you do get in the first third that typical Padron flavors, which are the very smooth, creamy coffee, the pepper, the espresso, especially on the retrohale through your nose. And yeah, so that's the first third, is very smooth, very creamy, very coffee-like. I wouldn't call it dessert-like. The dessert-like flavors you get them more out of the 1964 Padrons, but definitely that very distinct coffee taste. The second third was smooth, coffee, pepper, and tobacco. So in the second third, the coffee really ramps up. You get that really nice, medium-bodied coffee, cream, smoothness, silky smoothness, and pepper and tobacco. No harshness. Very easy to smoke, so and very easy to taste the flavors, which are the creamy, smooth coffee. The last third was pepper and tobacco, so the last third kind of got hot. Honestly, the reason why it gets so hot is you have a lot of filler in the cigar. If you don't know, the bigger the cigar, the BGAS cigar, the bigger the cigar ring gauge, you do get more filler, or there is more filler used in the cigar. So unfortunately, when cigars have more filler, they do tend to burn hotter or smoke harder because they're getting heated up. And honestly, because this is also a very long-lasting cigar, the longer you smoke it, no matter how fast you smoke it, you're going to get it more warm, the cigar. So that's one thing, is the more filler used in the tobacco or in the cigar, and the longer the duration of how long you smoke it, in general, the cigar is going to get hotter, even if you smoke it really slowly. Unless, of course, you're willing to smoke it for like an hour and a half or 2 hours, and you're willing to just go and just like puff it every 5 minutes. But then you risk it going out, so when having to relight it, a little bit of a rant there. So, overall strength was medium to full, so there's definitely a good amount of strength in this cigar, which is typical of these cigars that well, not typical, I shouldn't say that, because a lot of cigars that are, big fat cigars don't have a lot of strength, but honestly, because there's a lot of filler there, you are consuming more tobacco. I mean, it's like you're putting a huge cigar in your mouth, and you're getting more nicotine, because there is more tobacco in the cigar. The bigger the cigar, the more tobacco that's used in it. So these big 60 ring gauge cigars have a crap ton of tobacco in them, and so you're going to be absorbing a lot more nicotine through your gums and your mouth and your nose. So medium strength, medium to full strength. Nothing overwhelming, but I wouldn't recommend smoking it like early in the morning or on an empty stomach, because it could make you feel a little nauseous or a little queasy, or just not good. And I mean, the point of smoking cigars is to feel good. You want to enjoy them, and you don't want to get dizzy and lightheaded. So the retrohaling notes were pepper, coffee, and espresso. So very distinct pepper and coffee and espresso on the retrohale through your nose. The aroma was a nice smell, very nice smell, typical cigar smell. In general, most cigars smell very similar. The burn was okay, not great. 3 touches required, so the burn, unfortunately, with these 60 ring gauge cigars, these BGAS cigars, they unfortunately tend to burn a little bit worse in general, or more worse in general. And the reason is because it's very hard to blend cigars at this big of a ring gauge that burn good. The bigger the ring gauge, the worse the cigar is going to burn in general. Now, you can do things to prevent it, and you can do things to kind of improve your odds. I shouldn't say prevent it, but I should say if you want to improve your odds of the cigar burning well, you can do things like letting it alchemate your humidor or your wyanidor or your coolador for a few weeks to let it alchemate. But even then, it's very hard to get these 60 ring gauge, 65 ring gauge, 70 ring gauge cigars to burn good because it's such a huge, huge cigar. Hashtag huge ass cigar. It lasted for just over an hour and 15 minutes, so pretty long smoke. I mean, but this is a big cigar. I mean, if you Google images of it, you're going to see it's a big, big cigar. Which is, again, the bigger the cigar, in general, the longer it lasts. I mean, the longer the cigar, the bigger the cigar. In general, that adds to the burn time duration in general. So, just over an hour and 15 minutes. Let's see. Overall, good cigar. Smooth, creamy, coffee, pepper, espresso, tobacco, pepper. Pretty good cigar. Not my personal taste in general. This is the Gordo size. I forgot to mention that. It's the Gordo size of the Padron Series 7000. So this is the natural version. I will be doing the Maduro. I have the Maduro sitting in my wine-ador right now. So I will be doing the Maduro probably, maybe in a couple days. I'm not sure. Depending on my work schedule, depending on how busy I am, I will do the Maduro. But I can promise you guys, I will do the Maduro. So this is the natural version. Not my personal taste, 8 out of 10 for rating. These aren't expensive. I mean, like most of the Padron series, the regular series, the non-Anniversario series, and non-family reserves, these aren't expensive. I mean, you can get these for $5 to $10 a piece. I paid on pipesandcigars.com, I think I paid like $10 for the cigar, maybe a little bit under. Yeah, like $8 or $9. Depending where you live, you're going to pay between. In Tobacco Paradise, you're going to pay probably $5 or $6, and maybe $6 or $7. In places like Massachusetts, and New York, and California, Minnesota, and Utah, you're going to be paying $13, $14 for these cigars. So, again, it depends entirely on where you live. Not every place is a Tobacco Paradise, contrary to popular belief. So, a little bit of a rant there. So, 8 out of 10 for rating. Not a bad cigar. I wouldn't say it's a bad cigar by any means. Very good flavors. I really dig the flavors. But I am not a big fan of these huge, huge cigars. I like the big-ass cigars and the huge-ass cigars, but I don't like big ring gauge. I would prefer, in my preference, I would rather the cigar be longer, like a Lancero size, or a Churchill size, or a Toro size, than it be this huge, huge, fat cigar. Because, honestly, you're missing out on a lot of those wrapper flavors. I mean, not that the filler flavors are bad, it's just you're getting a lot of filler. I'm not going to call it useless filler, but I'm going to call it filler that's unnecessary. You really miss out on a lot of the wrapper flavors, and you get more of a, a warmer, nuttier, coffeeier flavor, which is typical when you have a lot of filler. So, anyway, this has been the Padron Series 7000 Natural Gordo 6.2 by 60, 8 out of 10 for rating. Anyway, comment, like the video, share the video, rate, subscribe, and bye.